Hello, gorgeous, and welcome to your astrological guide to health, diet, and nutrition by LightWorker. Today, I will be talking about the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon. Remember, none of this information provided is intended to diagnose, cure, or treat anything. Therefore, it's important that you consult with your doctor, with your physician, or with your nutritionist. I do have a bachelor's degree from Westchester University of Pennsylvania in nutrition and dietetics, so that is one of my passions. So my other passion is astrology, as you know. Like my other passion is exoteric, metaphysical matters like astrology, tarot, Akashic readings, face reading, healing, Reiki. Therefore, I decided what better way for me than to combine the two, to marry my two passions. My passion for nutrition and food, and my passion to my passion to help cure the body, and my passion about my curiosity about astrology. So that's how I came up with these ideas to make these videos for you. In the future, I will be working on making other useful videos for each and every sign of the zodiac. I will be making a series of videos about how your moon sign influences you. For example, if your moon sign is in Scorpio, if your rising sign is in Scorpio, what does it mean? So let me know if you want me to make more interesting videos like this one, so based in astrology. Today for you, I decided to go for like an Indian inspired look. The dress that I'm wearing is inspired by Indian sari. I'm wearing like jewelry to go with it, like very Indian inspired, very pretty, charming, sparkling. I hope that you like it. My makeup also is kind of designed to match the dress, and I really enjoy dressing up to make these videos for you. So if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you are not yet subscribed. Share this video with your other Scorpio friends. And I am also Scorpio rising myself, so a lot of information that I will be sharing with you also applies to me personally. So if you are a Scorpio who is healthy and well balanced, you have high energy and you have a very positive outlook in life. However, if you are stressed out, you would have a tendency to overindulge. Sometimes you would overindulge in alcohol, or sometimes if you are stressed, you would forget to eat. And sometimes, if you are not happy, if you are unhappy, you can also make yourself ill. So, many Scorpios don't necessarily handle alcohol good, or it could be about the effects of the alcohol, especially on your skin. But you also need to be aware of any volatile emotions that you may experience. At a cellular level, your cell salt is calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate is very important in your body, is the prime factor to repair tissues and to resistance to infectious disease. Calcium phosphate, your cell salt, is needed in your nose, in mouth, in throat, esophagus, reproductive organs, and your intestinal pathways. If you have a deficiency in calcium sulfate, that means that you will be prone to colds and sinuses. So if you ever catch a cold or your sinuses are infected, they would last forever, they would go on forever. Skin eruptions. Skin may also be affected, and skin eruptions, they may again last have a tendency to last a little longer, difficulties healing. Sometimes that would also affect fertility, especially if you are a Scorpio who is trying to procreate, have a child right now. So foods that are rich in calcium phosphate that are highly recommended for you, and also a diet that has a good dose of these foods are highly recommended for you. So good sources of calcium phosphate are asparagus, kale, cauliflower, radishes, parsnip, onion, watercress, tomatoes, figs, one of my absolute favorite fruits, prunes, black cherries, coconuts. Also, it's very important that you always have a good supply of calcium, that you are not deficient. So a good source of calcium are milk, cheese, yogurt, cottage cheese. A good diet for you, generally speaking, a good diet for you, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, Scorpio Moon, a good diet for you is a diet that is high in protein, has lots of fresh vegetables and fruits, so emphasis in fresh vegetables and fruits, and whole grain bread. Also, it's important that you incorporate in your diet fish, seafood, green salads, beets, escarole, romaine lettuce, Brussels sprouts, artichokes, lentils, wheat germ, walnuts, almonds, citrus fruits, berries, bananas, and pineapples. Those are also highly recommended for your sign. And it's very important that you do not eat large meals, that you eat a light meal. So it's not good for you to like have a big plate of whatever you're eating. So eat light meals. And also it's very important that you choose to drink bottled water versus tap water or versus filtrated water. So bottled water is very important for you. But also, part of your diet not only should be a balanced nutrition, but part of your diet should also be a good balance between resting, recreation time, exercising in a moderate way, in a balanced way, but also to surround yourself with peaceful surroundings. Like maybe a walk in the garden, or maybe a walk in the park, or maybe a walk by the sea, going on vacation by the sea, especially after a meal, or if you could go on vacation at the seaside. And if you cannot do that, also highly advisable for you are also that you take in regular basis like a very long bubble bath, a long soak in the tub. Each zodiac sign and its planets that are associated with your sign will rule and govern different body parts and also different physiological processes in your body. So, Scorpio rules sexual organs, procreation and reproduction. Therefore, it's important that you have a healthy sexual life, and that would also attribute to you having good health as well, and overall well-being. You would have a tendency towards infections or problems with sexual organs, skin eruptions, especially in genitals, cystic and infections of the urinary tract, venereal infections. Also, if you are dealing with any emotional difficulties, that would lead eventually, if you don't properly deal with it, that would eventually lead for you to maybe suffer exhaustion, or for whatever reason, you would also have a tendency to suffer from exhaustion. Pluto is one of the planets associated with your sign, Scorpio. and it does govern the formation of cells, reproductive function, procreation, reproduction, destruction, and elimination. So processes that are happening in your body. And it also kind of governs excellent recuperative powers. So it also rules the nasal bone, bladder, gall, pubic bone, lower vertebra, prostate glands, colon, testicles, and rectum. Some of the diseases associated with your sign or that you will be prone to are hemorrhoids, fistulas, ulcers, but also Mars has a very strong influence in you as a Scorpio. So some of these Mars-associated illnesses or ailments are the tendency to be prone to inflammation, infections, acute fever, prone to surgery, prone to operations, muscular and genital disorders, disorders of the blood, and contagious diseases. They are so contagious diseases. They are related to Mars. It's very important that anything that you do, that you practice in moderation. So key element to a proper diet for you is moderation. Everything in moderation. So again, that resting in moderation, at moderation, exercising at moderation, your balance between resting time and procreation time, everything in moderation. It's also important that from time to time you also need quiet privacy from time to time, and again a walk in the park, walk by the garden would also be very beneficial to you. Everybody, regardless of your zodiac sign, needs to have the essential vitamins and nutrients. And what better way to get these 20 essential vitamins and nutrients than from your food, from your nutrition. So I'm going to talk about the essential vitamins and the essential minerals that you need. Just like I spoke about other signs, you are no exception. And I'm going to talk about important sources of these vitamins and minerals. You need vitamin A, which is important for your night vision, functioning of the cells of the skin, mucous membrane. A good source of it could be milk, cheese, butter, fish oil, green leafy vegetables. For example, escarole, okra, watercress, fruits that have yellow flesh. You need vitamin B1, which is important for cell growth and to maintain and keep on a healthy appetite. Important for the development of glands and nervous system. You need whole grains, wheat germs, eggs, liver, walnuts, peanuts, peas, beans, lentils, mushrooms, cabbage, asparagus. A good source of vitamin B2 that you also need, important for the development of the red blood cells, are green leafy vegetables like broccoli, for example, liver, kidney, apples, oranges, pears. Vitamin C, important in developing healthy teeth and gum. Apricots, oranges, lemons, tomatoes, pineapples, watercress, parsley, spinach, cabbage, onion. You also need vitamin D. Vitamin D found in fish liver oil, egg yolks, watercress. Vitamin B12, like liver is a good source of vitamin B12. Vitamin E, especially essential if you are dealing with fertility issues. Good sources of that would be lettuce, kelp, wheat germ. You need vitamin K, important for the process of blood clotting, found in green leafy vegetables, cabbage, spinach, cauliflower. You need vitamin E, important for the tiny vessels. Paprika and lemon rind are a good source of that. You also need the essential minerals. Calcium, a good source of calcium are milk, cheese, cabbage, okra. Um, you need copper. A good source of copper are apricots, oyster, molasses, shellfish, fluorine, important for teeth, hair, skin. Good sources of that could be garlic, escarole, watercress, whole oats. You need iodine, especially important for your thyroids. Good sources of iodine are fish, radishes, iron, which is essential for the red blood cells. If you have a deficiency in iron, you will tend to have fatigue, or that could lead to anemia. A good source of iron are lettuce, parsley, leeks, spinach, asparagus. Magnesium, it's something that you need, especially important for sexual chemistry and the glands. Tomato is a good source of magnesium, dill, or celery. You also need phosphorus, especially important for nerves, development of the nerves, or the health of the nerves. Kale, mushrooms, watercress are a good source of that. Potassium, another mineral, a good source of that are tomatoes, parsley, string beans. You also need sodium, and you can get it from celery, spinach, oysters, red beets, tomatoes. Let's not forget about sulfur. A good source of sulfur, especially important to prevent infectious disease, are kale, horseradish, garlic, cabbage, watercress. You also need silicon, especially important for the skin. A good source of that silicon is asparagus, parsnip, onion, spinach. What else? Also, don't forget that your sign or the planets associated with your sign, they can also rule and govern particular fruits, vegetables, particular herbs, teas, and many of teas or herbs or spices associated with your sign have been used ever since the ancient times. Now, if you are a Scorpio who particularly suffers from constipation, because many Scorpios will have a tendency towards constipation, especially if your diet is not properly balanced. For example, you may use psyllium seeds, that would help you, or rhubarb roots. Mars is also a planet associated with your sign, and Mars rules basil. Basil has been used, God knows, ever since when. For example, in the ancient times, they used to use like a combination of basil and onion. Onion particularly is the bowels, and sometimes in ancient times, in ancient Rome, I believe, they used to use a combination of onion and basil to that has the effect on beasts that have venom, like serpents that have venom. If they eat that, that would alleviate, that would draw the poison out of that. So that's how they used to use it in ancient times. So if particularly your sun is a Scorpio, Scorpios generally have good psychic abilities and intuition, but particularly if your sun is a Scorpio, you would love mysticism, and you would have some occult ability. So part of your diet also would be like, satisfy that curiosity that you have about mysticism, curiosity, philosophies. And meditation, you would deeply benefit from meditation. Meditation will gratify your spirit, but it will also relax your body. And it's also important for you to incorporate in your diet as a way for you to lead a healthy life and a happy life. Also to make sure that you have a good sex hygiene. I mean, everybody needs to have that, but for your sign, that is particularly highlighted. And you always need to remember that, especially when it comes to you Scorpios, your approach should be, the old saying, 1 ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I don't know if I mentioned onion. Yeah, that was used also in the ancient times. It's associated with Mars, especially to ease your bowels. But onions also has the effect to provoke appetite and also to increase thirst. And sometimes in ancient times they would mix onion with honey and rue, and that was used in ancient times to increase sperm production. I hope that these fun facts and the information that I shared with you was helpful to you. So for example, if you are selecting a diet right now, especially right now it is the beginning of 2018, many people will be focusing on shedding off the pounds that you added during holiday season. So if your diet, for example, says, if you select a diet and the diet says like salad or vegetables, try to incorporate the vegetables, the spices, the herbs that are recommended for you, especially the ones that are a good source of your cell salt, a good source, so they are rich in calcium sulfate, and also make sure that you incorporate all the other suggestions. Not only through food, but as I said, a walk at the beach, meditation. You surround yourself with peaceful surrounding. The water and everything, and then everything that I shared with you. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so very much for being here. Don't forget my website, lightworker.com, or my email, lightworker@gmail.com. I will be making in the future more astrological based videos for you. I will be talking particularly if your sun is a Scorpio, if your rising sign is a Scorpio, or if your moon sign is a Scorpio, how that affects you, or how you combine with other signs in a love relationships. So let me know if you are interested that I upload more videos like that. Thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye.